What if your biggest fear is the only thing standing between you and your dreams? Imagine waking up every morning with a quiet voice inside you, whispering about all the things you could achieve, if only you were brave enough to try. Maybe it's the fear of speaking up, the fear of failing, or the fear of being judged. Whatever it is, it feels like a wall you can't climb. But what if that wall is actually a door? And on the other side is the life you've always wanted. Think about the opportunities you might miss, the friendships you'll never make, the adventures you'll never have. All because fear convinced you to stay where it's safe. Are you willing to let fear decide your future? Or will you find the courage to step forward and see what's possible? Sam was just like anyone else, ordinary on the outside, but with a heart full of dreams. Ever since childhood, Sam had imagined standing on a stage, sharing ideas with the world, inspiring others with words. But there was one problem. Sam was terrified of speaking in front of people. Even the thought of raising a hand in class or saying a few words at a family dinner made Sam's palms sweat and heart race. So, day after day, Sam watched from the sidelines as classmates volunteered for presentations, friends joined clubs, and others took chances that led to new friendships and exciting experiences. Sam's life became a routine of quiet corners and missed opportunities, invitations to join debates or lead group. Projects were always politely declined. Sam convinced everyone, and even tried to convince themselves, that they were just shy, that it was better to stay invisible than risk embarrassment. But deep down, Sam knew that every no was another dream slipping further away. And every day spent hiding was a day lost to fear. Every time Sam saw someone step confidently onto a stage or speak up in a meeting, a storm of emotions would swirl inside. Sam's heart would pound, not with excitement, but with a heavy ache, a longing to be that brave, to be seen and heard. But when the spotlight turned Sam's way, fear took over. It wasn't just in the mind, it was in the body too. Sam's hands would tremble, voice would catch, and a cold sweat would break out. Even at the thought of speaking in front of others, the fear felt like a shadow, always lurking, always ready to pull Sam back into silence. Sam's dreams were vivid and bright, standing on a stage, sharing a story, making people laugh or think, maybe even changing someone's life. But reality was a quiet seat at the back of the room. Watching others live out the dreams Sam kept locked away. The contrast was sharp and painful. Friends celebrated their small victories, winning a speech contest, leading a team, making new connections, while Sam clapped from the sidelines, smiling on the outside but feeling invisible inside. Each missed chance was a reminder of what fear had stolen. The more Sam avoided, the stronger the fear grew, until it felt like a cage with no door. The pain wasn't just about what Sam couldn't do, it was about who Sam couldn't become. And every day, the gap between Sam's dreams and reality seemed to grow wider, leaving Sam wondering if courage would ever come. One morning, Sam's teacher announced a class project that would require everyone to present their ideas in front of the whole school. There was no way to opt out, no way to hide at the back. Sam's stomach twisted with dread, but this time something was different. After class, Sam's favorite teacher, Mr. Lee, noticed the worry in Sam's eyes and sat down beside him. "Sam," he said gently, "I know you're scared, but sometimes the things we fear most are the things that help us grow the most." He shared his own story of being terrified to speak in public as a young man, and how facing that fear changed his life. "You don't have to be perfect," Mr. Lee said. "You just have to be brave enough to try." For the first time, Sam saw fear not as a wall but as a challenge, a test that everyone faces. Even the people who seem fearless. The thought lingered. Maybe courage wasn't about being unafraid, but about taking a step forward, even when your heart is pounding. That night, Sam lay awake, replaying Mr. Lee's words over and over. The fear was still there, heavy and real, whispering all the reasons to back out, to fake an illness, to disappear. But another voice, quieter but persistent, began to ask, "What if I never try? What will I lose if I let fear win again?" Sam pictured the future, years from now, still sitting in the shadows, still wondering what could have been. The thought was unbearable. Sam realized that missing this chance would mean missing out on more than just a grade. It would mean missing out on growth, on pride, on the possibility of discovering a new strength. The fear of regret suddenly felt bigger than the fear of speaking. With trembling hands, Sam decided to act. The next morning, Sam signed up to present first, heart pounding but determined. It wasn't confidence that pushed Sam forward, it was the fear of never knowing what might happen if they didn't. For the first time, Sam chose to face the fear, not because it was easy, but because the cost of staying silent was simply too high. The day of the presentation arrived, and Sam's nerves were on edge. As Sam walked to the front of the room, every step felt heavy. and the familiar panic threatened to take over. Hands shook, voice wavered, and for a moment, Sam thought about running back to the safety of the crowd. But then, Sam remembered Mr. Lee's words and the promise made to never let fear decide the future. Taking a deep breath, Sam began to speak. The first few sentences were shaky, but as Sam continued, something unexpected happened. A few classmates smiled encouragingly, nodding along, and Sam felt a small surge of courage. Each word spoken was a tiny victory. Each glance up from the paper a step away from the old, fearful self. Sam stumbled once or twice, but instead of laughter or judgment, there was only quiet support. By the end, Sam's voice grew stronger, and the final words came out clear and proud. When the presentation finished, the room erupted in applause, not just polite clapping but genuine cheers. Sam's heart soared, not because it was perfect, but because it was real. The contrast was striking. The old Sam would have hidden, but this new Sam had faced the fear and found unexpected strength. Friends congratulated Sam, and even those who had never spoken much before offered kind words. For the first time, Sam felt seen, not for being fearless, but for being brave enough to try. In the days that followed, Sam walked through school with a new sense of confidence. The fear hadn't disappeared, but it no longer controlled every decision. Sam realized that courage wasn't about being perfect. It was about showing up, even when it was hard. Each time Sam remembered standing in front of the class, there was a quiet pride that replaced the old shame. Opportunities that once seemed impossible now felt within reach. Sam started joining group discussions, volunteering for small tasks, and even encouraging others who were afraid. The biggest reward wasn't just the applause or the praise, but the discovery of a strength Sam never knew existed. By facing fear, Sam had opened the door to a bigger, brighter life, one where dreams felt possible, and every step forward was a victory. Your fear is a door, not a wall. Open it, and you might be surprised by what's waiting on the other side. Don't let fear decide your future or steal your dreams. Today, choose one small fear and face it, even if your voice shakes or your hands tremble. Every step you take is a victory. And every moment of courage brings you closer to the life you truly want. Don't wait. Your future is too important to leave in fear's hands.